The best part about life is that once you get experience, as I told y'all a few videos back in Spain, experience is the most indispensable resource for the evolution of the soul. Once you get experience, aka you have circumstances that you consciously go through and extract learning from, right? Then it can never be taken away from you. The mindset is everything. So many people are focusing on the acquisition of things in the world, but they're not focusing on the acquisition of their own mind, to possess their own mind, to possess their own direction, to be able to direct themselves efficiently, effectively. Skip all the long talk. I have a question. You can have either of these two. Which would you prefer as a term of endearment? Would you prefer I love you, or would you prefer I respect you? See, in this world where people say love yourself and they let themselves indulge and be less, or they love people but they let people slide, or whatever the fuck they call love these days, self-love. Everybody's on this self-love trip, but I see everybody just fucked up, depressed, and whack. Whatever you are, your world is yours. So really, what the fuck does love even mean? Love is a real bitch-ass emotion at a certain point. You know what I'm saying? And when it comes down to tangible, objective, measurable, masculine value systems, we just get down to respect. Whatever you are, your world is yours. Consider the vibrations raised. Once you understand that, I'd rather take respect over love any day, because I don't give those out randomly. I don't give those out freely. You're not about to just get a I respect you out of me when I don't respect you. This morning I made the video and I said the message has been the same since day one. I don't respect drug addicts. I don't respect sloppy, weak, out of shape bums. I don't respect ignorant dummies and fucking retarded, false consciousness possessing loser ass bums. And I don't respect financially irresponsible and incompetent bums. I don't respect anybody who is not sober, fit, enlightened, and getting rich. It's as simple as that. So the funniest thing is people will be around you. People will be around me. And because they love negative attention so much, and I'm so conscientious of how energy actually works, I'll just tell a person straight up, you have fucking titties, bro. That shit is unacceptable. Bro, you keep smoking, put that fucking tampon down, take that shit out your motherfucking mouth. You on your period or something, need a tampon? Every time I see somebody take a drag of a cigarette, of a blunt, of a vape, I just see them putting a tampon in their mouth, you feel me? So, here nor there, I've been saying this shit since day one. And there's so many people, my family, my quote-unquote friends, associates, people that aren't necessarily blood related, that I have relativities with, whatever the fuck. Calling people friends at this point is very, 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 very difficult, because at the end of the day, friends are very far in between, you feel me? Whatever you are, your world is yours. I don't even want friends. I want people that I can respect around me, because friends, like that word love, gets very obscure and begins to very blur the lines of what we actually value here. So anyway, so many people, family, associates, they all get around me, and what they end up doing is feeling as if they're exempt because they're in my presence. You're not exempt. I'm just not saying it out loud, because everybody in the fucking world knows how I think, how I feel, what I respect, and what I don't. That's the best thing about being authentic to the degree that I am. Everywhere I go in the world, to the point where I have a following of 70,000 plus people, and I have people walking up on me in the street like, hey, it's your Sheikhy Chic. Oh, I know you from Instagram. Yeah, so that means you know exactly how the fuck I think and how the fuck I feel about life. It's just what it is. You know what level we're operating at. So if you pull up on me and you a male, you got XY chromosomes, right? And you have tits, or you look like you're in your second trimester, you a fat fuck, or you some type of skinny, no muscle, looking like a weird ass cockroach loser, or you're drunk, high, smoking, all this other shit, on whatever the fuck, playing with your nose, or you're really dumb and ignorant and have no idea what the fuck is really happening in life. You lack knowledge, and you lack knowledge of self, and or you're broke, or all of the above. Why the fuck would you expect me to not be in my head checking you off as a motherfucking loser? I just put motherfuckers in the Rolodex of losers. You just get filed and put away in the loser cabinet. So many people love negative attention, and that's what we just don't give them. So many people love to draw negative energy from people by staying in lower states of existence. And at a certain point, I've just become completely numb to this shit. I have family members, extremely close family members, who play victim, who say they talk a lot. They talk a lot about what they want to do, about the things they know they need to correct, but they go right back to fucking, after talking your ear off, going right back to doing the same bullshit. So really, at the end of the day, when you know how wrong something is, you simply never do it again. That's how you really know you've learned. Why your world is yours. When it comes to smoking, when it comes to drinking, when it comes to self-sabotage on any level, in any fashion, I don't have a desire for it, because I don't have a desire to occupy myself and my time in a space-time continuum where I'm operating beneath my power. I have no desire to operate without my power. Why your world is yours. So in a world full of people who consistently miss, who consistently bitch, who consistently half-step or backstep, or half-step and backstep, listen, we have standards, and they'll call it negative. Trust, they'll call it negative. It's called having fucking standards. You're having a negative experience because you're so used to people allowing you to do as you please that when a motherfucker says no, you have a tantrum like a 5-year-old child. And then when you recognize that most people's psyches have never developed beyond the adolescent stage, then you'll really realize who's really a man, who's really a woman, who's really a boy, and who's really a girl in this world. You know what I'm saying? It's a mark of responsibility and a mark of maturity. Consider the vibrations raised. In a world full of mentally complacent and mentally stagnant individuals, fucking drama queens and negative attention seeking hoes, males, females, penis having, vagina having, everything in between. It's a mental and spiritual state. Simply choose to stand on business. So the question becomes, would you rather somebody tell you, I love you? Because them shits is going for cheap these days. Or would you rather somebody tell you, I respect you? I'm taking the respect every time. Because like I said, I don't give those out. Everybody knows what I don't respect. Everybody knows what I do respect. So 99.9% of people are so living in a state of doing just enough to get by in the place of the ladder that they were born in, right? Because broke niggas is doing just enough to get by as a broke nigga. Quote unquote, born into privilege motherfuckers is doing just enough to get by on whatever level of privilege they were born in. And when you're really a self-designing mind, a mind that moves with autonomy and self-architecture, then you really realize you step off the ladder and you ascend on your own scale, because everybody's just taking the status quo. Why your world is yours. Consider the vibrations raised. It's too fucking easy in this world, in a world full of complacent individuals who motherfuckers that sell themselves drugs. Remember I told you this. Nobody ever sold you drugs. You spoke to yourself, sold yourself on the idea of drugs, gave a person money to purchase the drugs that you already sold yourself in your own mind and heart. So nobody ever sold you shit. You sold yourself on everything. You sold yourself on sleeping in. You sold yourself on it's okay to take a day off. It's okay to not get it done. Oh, it's okay. You sold yourself on all that inferior conduct. And we just never bought that shit. Why your world is yours. Consider the vibrations raised. Superior conduct is the only respect. And at the end of the day, it's just going to reflect in what you are. You know what I'm saying? Like, you don't have to talk. We don't have to talk. This is an evolutionary stage where I can actually communicate with you. But at the end of the day, we don't have to fucking talk. Everything is self-evident to the truly intelligent. Consider the vibrations raised. So in a world full of people who self-love and all this other weird shit where the standards and the results vary, I'm just moving on respect. Consider the vibrations raised. And you don't have to fuck with me, because in order to succeed in life, you have to disagree with the failures. So as you disagree with failures are going to come at me about how the fuck I feel, trying to change my mind like nobody asked him. You know what I'm saying? You trying to change my mind because you're stuck on thinking you're the thing to agree with. I'm actively disagreeing with failure. So we don't want to agree with you. So all the secondary opinions, all the secondary chime-ins, all the secondary responses and reactions, that's all you seeking validation, because I've chosen to distance myself from what you are. I've chosen to actually, what is the word? Dissent upon your way of being. I don't want to affiliate. I don't want to associate. I don't agree with. I don't condone. I don't respect. So if you really feel that your way of being is superior and your way of being is actually more in the best interest, then when I disagree, that means it's to my detriment that if I go this way. So really, if you wanted to see me in a painful position, you'd let me disagree with you, right? But for some reason, all the failures always want to pull people back to their failure state. Consider the vibrations raised. It takes a certain level of consciousness to comprehend that. Evolution, only solution. Self-mastery, only success. It don't matter where the fuck we at in the world. All I know is that I'm a continuous access point and conduit of consciousness and a personification of the values in a world full of fucking mouthpieces who look like shit, live like shit, act like shit, and conduct their lives according to shit. Right? Because the big difference between Sheikhy Chic and the rest of these motherfuckers is that he's an actual personification of the teachings. He's an actual embodiment of the values. In a world full of people who say they know some shit, but you look at them and they clearly aren't some shit, we know who's who based on the symptoms and signs of superior and or inferior conduct. It's as simple as that. Consider the vibrations raised.